Hello everybody. I thought I would make a video of me creating a brand new character, just to walk you through some of the basic things I do like right off the bat. And here I am in the human starting zone, but this goes for any character obviously. But you may be wondering what this is. This is the details damage meter. It's an add-on that you can install, and all the add-ons that you install with WoW, you can get from CurseForge. Um, and it's a quick download off the internet. It's completely safe. It's called CurseForge, and then it uses another app called Overwolf to download itself. But yeah, that's where you would get all your add-ons. And I only use details, and then another app that's for auctioning things called Auctionator. But that's totally not required. So yeah, so first thing I do is go to options, and then I go and click auto loot. That's like essential because when you right click something, if you don't have auto loot on, you'll have to individually press each item that you want to loot off a body, and then you have to do that for all the bodies, when you can just press auto loot and then right click once and everything in the area gets looted. So so much easier. Next thing I do is go to action bars. I click action bar 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I go to combat. If it's gonna be a character that you're gonna be casting on, I recommend doing mouse over cast, and I'll show you why in a second. And then I also do enable action targeting, and that goes for pretty much any character. Let's see. And then I did a video showing all of my keybinds, so I won't go over that. Let's see. But then the next thing I do is I go to edit mode, and I already set up my UI to look like this. Like I already have a preset that I always click on. But let's see. Let's go back to modern. So this is how yours would look when you first go into edit mode. So basically all I did to change it to how I had it before was this big box. This is like a big talking head chat box. And I usually move it out of the way because it gets in the way of your moves sometimes and seeing what you're doing. This is your raid and party frames. Your raid frames are already in a raid style format, but like your regular 5-man group, it's always going to show like the portraits of people. And I don't like that because it doesn't show you like all the buffs and debuffs that they have on themselves. And it's also just harder to click on them. So as soon as you click on party frames, it brings up this window. And I click use raid style party frames. So they look just like the raid frames. And you can adjust how the width and the height of them. I usually make them kind of chunky here, just so I have plenty to click on. And then let's see, yeah. So that's pretty much it for that. Read frames, I might make those taller, I guess. Maybe a little less long. No, I can make them longer. There we go. And I usually stack these somewhat on top of each other because you're never gonna have both at the same time. They need to be in the same area though. Okay, and then for this one, action bar 6, since it's not like all straight up in the middle of your screen, I usually move it out down here. And then I mess with how many bars actually show up on this screen. So I go down to 6 for number of icons. Because I explained in the other video that this bar is just here for the abilities that um, I don't have enough keybinds for, and they're just sort of like buttons I can click really quick that aren't used too often, but they're like I call them my oh snap, I'm about to die buttons, or buttons that I don't mind like actually just scrolling over and clicking really quick. It's not too much of a hassle. And everything else pretty much stays the same. So yeah, so I'm just gonna click save, and I already saved this sort of layout. So you just call it whatever you want, click save, and yeah, you're done. Yeah, see, so it's pretty much the same. Alright, so that's what I do, and then I always put my ratio in T. And then the next part is pressing Shift plus P, going to heirlooms. And if you have heirlooms, they'll be here. Basically what this is just leveling gear that you can just right click and make as soon as you make your character. So this is what's so cool about heirlooms, is that as soon as you make your character, you're already like kitted out. And you'll notice that each of these have like different level numbers on them, like 44, 39, 69. That's because when you first buy an heirloom, it'll only scale up to a certain level. Like this one's heirloom upgrade level 0 out of 6. So it's only going to scale with me up till level 29. But this one's fully upgraded, so it's going to scale with me all the way to level 69. So the upgrades, they cost gold, and you can buy them from a vendor in Ironforge. I believe in the Hall of Mysteries, it's called. Yeah. So let's see, which ones have I made? Okay. Do that one. And yeah. I think the trinkets, like this trinket in particular, like it's probably the most useful because you could use that for any character really. Okay, so then I start right clicking the gear. I forgot my main hand weapon. And then I shift click and drag my necklace to shift C. Because if you read the necklace description, if you use it, you actually restore some health. So it's a nice little quick health pack when you need it. And then this one also gives me increased health for a few seconds, so I also put that on my action bar. Let's see. Where's the weapons? Do I use that one? Yeah. Okay. So see level 1, and I'm already looking pretty fly, right? Alright, so another thing you'll eventually get after collecting so many heirlooms is this mount. It's called the Chauffeur Engineer's Chopper. Let's see, you get it from an achievement, heirloom hoarder. Let's see what the requirements are for that. If it comes up. Here we go. It says you have to collect 35 heirlooms, which actually isn't so hard. Because each one costs like 700 gold. And you can get free ones from the Dark Moon Fair too. So it's not too bad. And so the benefit of that mount is that even when you don't have riding, when you're under level 10, you still have something to mount up and take you around. And I also have this mount called the Grand Expedition Yak. That as soon as you mount it, it gives you a vendor and a transmog person. That is particularly expensive. It's 120,000 gold. I just bought a WoW token, to be honest, to buy that one. But it's super useful to have. But totally not necessary. But yeah, look how much better off we are than this level 1%. But yeah, And you'll notice that you're like noticeably more powerful too. Heirlooms are not super necessary, but they definitely change your whole experience of the game. So yeah, just like one shot him. I'm gonna have to auto attack this one. Yeah, enemies start being one shot. If you ever do PvP, you feel so much more confident. The other benefit of starting with heirlooms like this is that you can enchant these armor pieces with like enchantments you'll find on the auction house. And those enchantments will just stay on there as you level up, and your gear never gets replaced. So you're always benefiting from those enchantments that make you even stronger. And there's enchantments that you could put on your main hand weapon, your shield, your chest plate, your cloak, your necklace, and you can put enchantments on bracers, but there isn't like an heirloom bracer, so your bracer might get swapped out for something else, and you're gonna have to enchant that one again. So I usually don't even bother. Yeah, and I guess I can actually write out to the auction house to show you guys that. Or I could just log onto a different character. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. 20-second long logout. But yeah, other websites I recommend just to learn any class that you plan on playing would be icveins.com. It's super helpful in knowing what you're doing. Let's see. Let's pick a character that can fly. Okay, this one's in Stormwind. This is my demon hunter. Just got the heritage armor on him. It came with these cool blades too. It's pretty cool. Anyways, let's go to the auction house. The cool thing about having a character that's already like a higher level is that typically higher level characters will have gold too that you can send to your new character. And some things you'll want to buy for yourself. There's of course bags. And the bags right now that are best to buy are welder cloth bag. So I usually just buy myself 4. They're pretty cheap right now, 25 gold a piece. They used to be 7 gold, but prices have gone up. But I do plan on flooding the market just so that they can go back down again. And then the second thing you want to buy is a reagent bag. It's this one here, Simply Stitched Reagent Bag. Alright, so now we'll get to enchantments. You just click item enhancements. The first one I'll show is the neck, so you just press neck and search. Oh, clear your search bar first. Okay, see, these are all the neck enchants that you'll see. I usually go with one of the ones that say mark of the, and then pick one. But if you don't have enough gold to buy one of those, you can always go with the ones that say gift of. Or one of the ones that say mark of. Yeah. So like for instance this one, I'm gonna be playing a paladin. But it really kind of depends on what stat you want buffed, because on different characters, on different classes, they prefer different substats. And that's something you could find out on the IC website as well. Or also just by reading. Like if you press C, You can see what their mastery does. Mastery is usually pretty good. Let's see. If you're a tank, you might want to go with heavy hide or trained soldier. If you're a healer, you might want to go ancient priestess. And just an army is just kind of like a DPS one. So is Mark of the Hidden Satyr. Mark of the Claw, I think, is the best one. And that's why it's so expensive. So since it's so expensive, I'm just gonna go with a different one. Yeah, we'll go with Trained Soldier. That's gonna eat up most of my gold there. The next one you can look for is a cloak. So you just click cloak on the side here. I usually go with something that says gift of, and then whatever substat I want. Since we're already stacking mastery, you can just go with mastery. So this one gives mastery +2 and movement speed +2. I don't really notice a 2% movement speed buff, but it's pretty nice still. So next you can go to chest. And usually the only ones that are worth getting are the ones that say versatility, or the one that says super stats on it. So it increases all your stats by 4. And it's pretty cheap too. Next enhancement you can go to is either weapon, two-handed weapon, or shield. I'm gonna go to shield since I do actually plan on using the shield. Let's see. Vitality maybe. Hey, wow, that one's actually pretty good. How have I never seen this one before? Versatility is pretty nice because versatility is just a straight up damage and healing boost, and also a straight up damage reduction. So the higher it is, like the better it is. So I'll just take that. Let's see. And then I'm going to be using a one-handed weapon. Let's see what sort of enchants I can get for that. Usually elemental force is the best thing. It's fairly cheap too. But I'm going to keep looking. It also sort of depends what you're going to use your character for. Like for healing, you may want to go with something that boosts spell power. Or there's even an enchant that says healing on it. Healing power, yeah. I would go with something like that. But I still don't really know what I'm going to be doing with this new paladin I just made. So, yeah, we'll just get elemental force. Yeah, because that's pretty cheap. Okay, so now that we bought all our enchants, you just walk yourself to the mailbox. Pick all those up. I don't know what those are. Okay, so you just type in your new character name, send them all those goodies. Okay, and then send them a little bit of gold. There we go. Now I'm gonna log over to that character. And the cool thing is that there's actually mailboxes by the each starting area now. So you can just walk over to the mailbox, open up all your goodies, start right-clicking all the bags you sent yourself, give you bigger inventory. And if you already have bags equipped, you may have to actually click and drag it over to a bag slot. And then all you need to put enchants on is you right click whatever enchant is in your bag. This one's for my shield. So I'll right click that and click on my shield. And it puts it on there. So now it has that little green text that it's enchanted. Now my neck piece. I'll put one up on my weapon. Put the one on my cloak. And one on my chest piece. So now you see all my stuff is enchanted. It looks like that one is like, it doesn't go into effect until level 11, which is fine. You're not able to do dungeons or anything like that until level 10 anyway, so that's completely fine. And yeah, since I put them on heirlooms, as soon as you outlevel your heirlooms, you can actually just keep them and send them to other characters, so you don't have to keep um, buying more enchants and whatnot. In fact, like if I wanted to, I probably could have searched up to see if I had any spares of these enchants or heirlooms that I've already enchanted, so I didn't have to waste more gold, but for the sake of the video, I went ahead and did that. But yeah, so now you're all set up. You have gold, you have heirlooms, you have enchants, and this character's only level 2. So yeah, so that's typically how I start out all my characters. If you're curious on where exactly you get those heirlooms from, right now is probably like the best time to show you. So I'll go ahead and do a video on that as well, but that's going to conclude the I just created a new character video, so thanks for watching.